Hello there. Tonight's shave will be featuring a new brush that I just received from Anthony MacKenzie Jr. It's my very first synthetic brush. It's lovely. Love the handle, love the knot. We'll talk a little bit more about it as we shave. Soap tonight is going to be Maggard razors, limes and bergamot, or bergamot, whatever you want to call it. And my father-in-law's Boker, that says St. Louis, is a straight of choice. Now these synthetics have took a little bit getting used to, not much. I've shaved with this. This will be my second go around. But I've shaved it with it once and I lathered it a time or two. And the first time I shaved with it, it did all right, but it didn't, I was expecting incredible ease of lathering because I've heard people all the time talk about how much easier it is to lather with a synthetic brush, and I really didn't get that. I didn't get anything bad, but it wasn't any different than any other brush that I've used. I think there's some hype going on with the synthetic brushes. There's some popularity for it or something like that, and so people are hyping. But it makes a lovely lather. There's nothing wrong with the lather it makes, but it doesn't, I don't make a 5-ton more lather with this brush than any other, and it's not any easier. But now this is the third time I've lathered with it. It may change, but I don't see that much change, and it's a brush. That's all it is a shaving brush. But I like it. I got to get used to the face feel, because that's where I don't like it as much. The knot, the way that I use a brush on the face, I don't do circular motions. I do painting strokes. I lather in a bowl, and I use painting strokes on my face. So I don't get a lot of splay out of a brush, although I want the brush to, when I press it up against my face, one of the tests that I have for a brush is that it does splay just a bit. I want some backbone. This has a pretty good backbone. I'm not one of those guys that likes tons of backbone. This is sufficient backbone for me, no problem. But I mean, I'm not looking for huge backbone, but I don't want it to just, flat against my face kind of deal. But I want enough splay that with a little bit of spring in the brush for me, and that's the best I can explain it. Because there are times when I do choose to face lather about 1 in 100 or 1 in a couple hundred or whatever, and I want enough splay, but I also want enough backbone that I can build lather on my face fairly easily. And with this brush, I've not tried to face lather. It's got the backbone for it, so I'm not worried about it. But with this brush, the knot, when I do the painting strokes, now see, that's better. The knot may have just needed to be shaved with a little bit more, but that's better than it was. It's starting to feel a lot better now. But when I first used it, it felt like I had a big fat cotton ball that I was rubbing across my face. That's all it was. There was no, that's what it felt like. And now it feels a lot better. The brush is splaying a bit when I do painting strokes, which I want that too. I want it to open up a little bit when I paint my face. But that's just just what I want, the feel that I'm looking for on a brush. And a lot of times it's hard. I'm trying to get in a hurry. I need to wipe my hands a little better than that. A lot of times it's hard for me to explain that, but it does an excellent job of lathering. And it's beautiful. And so I'm glad that I was able to add a synthetic to my den. I like it. Is it a badger brush? No. But a boar's not a badger. A horse is not a badger. They're all different. And if there's one thing that you guys ought to know about me, is I like the differences. I'm not one of these guys. There's a couple of different kinds of guys, and probably some that fall in between this. But there's a couple of distinct different personalities when it comes to people in wet shaving. One is the guy that likes all the different variety, all the different products, all the different soaps and brushes, and different types of razors. And when you're talking D and SEs, different kinds of blades and soaps and different kinds of aftershaves and different just the differences. And they enjoy, that guy, he enjoys this razor, man. Lovely. Oh, but that guy, he enjoys all the differences and all the variety, and that's me. And then there's another guy in wet shaving. He's looking for the Holy Grail. He's looking for the Holy Grail of razors, that one razor that's absolutely perfect for him, that one soap that's absolutely perfect for his needs, and that one brush, that one aftershave, whatever. That's what he's looking for, and when he finds it, that's all he wants to use. Hands are slick. This Maggard stuff is slick. And the razor is slipping in and out of my grip. You saw it roll there, I think. You may have seen that. The soap is awful slick. But anyway, there's nothing wrong with either one of those approaches. I'm wiping off the soap off this razor and all. There's nothing wrong with either one of those approaches, and I'm pretty sure that there's pretty much anything in between that you can think of between those two as well. But I just happen to be the guy that likes the variety of different things, and if I had to do one soap and one brush and one razor and all that, I guess I'd be happy. I'd be happy to wet shave, but there wouldn't be as much joy in it for me, because the variety wouldn't be there. And I'd get good shaves, but it would begin to be kind of humdrum after a while for me, because I would not have all the differences that, for me, really make wet shaving the very best way for me to shave. And so You know, I have, for instance, when you talk about brushes, I have a horsehair brush. I'd like to have another one. I want one of the V-Long Lord Randalls if I can ever afford it. And, you know, I've got boar, I've got badger, and now I have synthetic. And neither one of them is going to replace the other for me. Neither one of them. Now, I have to say that I have a really big place in my heart for badger. I love badger brushes. They're my favorite. But you know, you won't ever see me, I don't think, sticking to one brush or even one type of brush. Because no, I'm just not interested. No, with the straight, you know, you might see me mostly, and I do mostly shave with the straight now. But there's so much difference in different kinds of straight razors. You've got differences in size, differences in grind, differences in tip, differences in the tail, differences in scales, the way they're shaped, the materials they're made out of. But in my opinion anyway, using straights, you can feel like you have a different type of razor, and you basically do in your hand each time. Now, I expect you could probably do the same thing with a brush. Different lofts, different knot sizes, different types of handles. Do a quick touch up on my chin. That kind of deal. So, just saying, you know, I like the variety. Wonderful shave. The Maggard soaps, Maria Armand. They do not disappoint. Lovely stuff, nice and slick, creamy, wonderful, thick, lovely, rich. So, let me dry my hands again. For the aftershave, we're going with the Sterling 6.2 decanter by Avon, Avon's Tywins. Aftershave, lovely stuff. sit it down. Hold on 1 second. Lovely. Alright, that's the shave. Let me clean it off real quick. I recommend, Anthony, if you're looking for a good quality brush and you can't pay a fortune, or you can't pay, not even a fortune, you can't pay $100 for a brush, or $80 for a brush, or whatever. Anthony's brushes are not handmade. They're kind of, in my opinion, I would consider them sort of semi-custom, because you can choose your loft. He mostly sells, as far as I know, synthetic knots, but I got a badger from him. That'll be coming up sometime soon, and I know that I've seen some more badgers being posted by him, but basically you just choose a handle, and he has these handles made for him, and then he searches out vintage handles, and I have a vintage handle of his that he refinished or restored, and it's absolutely lovely. That'll be coming up in another video in a while, but yeah, it's two different types of knots. One that looks more black, brownish, dark brownish, kind of even looking knot, sort of like what the Plisson looks like. And this knot, which I much prefer the look of. That's one of the things I don't like about synthetics, is I don't like that yellow fiber with the brown, whatever you call that. It reminds me of there's a plant that grows beside the waters, and it comes up and it's got like a cotton bally kind of thing on top, and that brown, I don't like it. So, but I love the color, the look and coloration of that knot. The handle's wonderful. I believe he put some weight in it. It's just a wonderful brush for not a lot of money. The workmanship is absolutely wonderful. He did a first-rate job on this brush. Can't recommend him highly enough. Anthony MacKenzie Jr., thank you very much. That's been The Shave. Thank you for watching me and joining me on this. God bless you. And I'll talk at you a bit later.